This is Stella Muusha of Destiny TV. She is under my arrest this week. Ari mumarikiti kutaura kudai. Ngikhuluma kanje isibotshwa sami lesi. Ngithe ngimbopha ekuseni. Ubevele ngazi ukuthi woneni. She didn't seem to know what it is she has done wrong. Chero pandamtsanangurira sezwa ndinoita pandinosunga munhu. She still doesn't get it. I am not responsible for her ignorance. And at law, ignorance is not defense. I'll tell you why I've arrested her after a brief session of self-praise.
Ini ndinonze Constable Muchekadzafa we-Zimbabwe Content Police. Hemo mahlabezulu wingu-Constable Muchekadzafa umahlabesileyo awe-Zimbabwe Content Police. Indiscipline yanyanya in the name of content creation. Saka ndauya pano kuti ndikuudze chokwadi nekugadzirisa content yekupenga and at the same time giving due credit to good content. I'll be reviewing the week's content with new uploads every week, so please subscribe to this channel and have a different view of what content creators are giving to you.
Zvakanzi izvona chinyiwa achebe muchinyorwa chake chembiri chinonzi Things Fall Apart. Zvakanzi, the lizard that jumped from the high iroko tree to the ground said he would praise himself if no one else did. Yikosibile ngwenzayo manje. That is what I'm doing now after the voice of reason prevailed. Or rather should I say, the voice of Constable Muchekadzafa prevailed. I am the voice of reason. Thank you, ED, for listening to the voice of reason. In my last broadcast, which you should watch if you haven't, for this one to make sense, ndakataura maonero angu maringe nekuti Baba Guti vanofanirwa kuitwa ivo gamba renyika. ED watched it and gratefully he acted. Thank you, Mr. President. If only you listened more often to voices of reason like mine, nyika yedu ingadai ichidadisa samare. Ngabe konke kuyiswi. Ngabe kasiminyananga ngaphandle kwelizwe lethu. Ngabe kasixokozeli kubo South Africa lapho bengasifuni khona. La kubo United Kingdom lapho sithona sigeza amaxhegu awesikhiwa. Kubo US la kubo Australia ngabe asikho akulanto engabe siyabe sidinga khona ngapha. Anyways, ndinokutenda nambudzo. Ngiyakubonga Emerson ngokungilalela kanye noku-acta kwakho upon my opinions. Yikho ngizitshayela ihlombe kanje. That is why I'm praising myself for making this happen.
Ngati vaitwe national hero ipapo ngangoti pokani nabo nokuti.
There were a lot of people who objected to Dr. Guti being a national hero. But I said the following last week, and 2 days later, it was done.
Kubata futi chete. Hakusiriko kunoreva kuti munhu wegamba. Tanzwanana. Good.
Had Guti not been declared a national hero, it would have been the biggest injustice in Zimbabwe since, wait for this, since Mary Mbaiwa was.
Hey, Constable, careful, nigga.
Anyways, there was no way Guti could not have been declared a national hero, especially looking at his achievements. More than 2,000 churches in Southern Africa, in addition to the expansion of his ministry into over 140 countries, including in Europe, the Americas, Australia, and New Zealand. Musa Derere Murumel, Uyi status yake is even more than a national hero. Ifan Wakuvi Gwamu Masolium. I don't know if I pronounced that word right, but whatever it is, This is the structure I'm talking about, mausoleum. Afanakuyigwamu mausoleum so that his body can be available for viewing anytime. That said, the man was not 100% perfect. No one is. Every hero has the potential to be a zero. The fiascos involving the RBZ loans will not be forgotten, and so is his dodgy association with President Mnangagwa.
Hey. How much tells us that you will end up in your own cells? I'm telling you, Constable.
Anyways, as we say, wafawanaka. Ndinasindina chef mu studio because ziriko zintiri kutawisa. Kuthiwa ngikhuluma kakhulu yikho baba ehlezi lapha duzane nami. But fortunately kezwa okwamanje kezwa uthi ngithini. So ngingamnyeya vele sihlalele khonapha kana ndaba lo. However, the biggest dent on Guti's legacy will be the unwise decision to turn ZAOGA into a family business, and most of all appointing this man as his successor. Nothing against Dr. Joe Guti, but this man just lacks the charisma to fill these big boots. These boots are big, as you can see. Very, very big boots they are. Somehow, Baba Guti was always in oversized boots. He definitely knew what he was doing wearing those big boots. Because of his stranglehold on this institution, it was certainly deliberate in order to make them hard to fill. He then appointed a successor whom he knew very well would not fill half of those boots. He knew his nephew very well, and he knew that he had small feet to fit his big boots. Do you see what I've done there? Small feet to fit his big boots. I'm not convinced that this man will carry ZAOGA forward. I definitely am not convinced. He doesn't tickle my fancy at all. Hana kazat. You know kazat? Kaya kadoniwa kazat. Galako. Oh, is that? Vaya vanojitima profita manyama. Only because they have said the obvious. Vanojitima profita manyama because they have said the obvious that a 100-year-old man has got little time to live. And then they've got the temerity to pass the nonsense off as prophecies. They should now tell us if at all the ZAOGA Institute is going to survive under this man. We've been told by Pastor Ian Lovo that a denomination will split into 5 churches. No. We don't want that sort of prophecy. We don't want that. What is so difficult in saying ZAOGA? We don't want any prevarication. You need to be... What's the word? It's coming. You need to be explicit. No, not that. You need to be... I got it. You need to be unequivocal. Do you understand me? Don't give us stupid prophecies. Just be unequivocal. Tell us whether ZAOGA is going to survive under this man. Now, to this woman, Stella Muusha. Lovely name. It is so sad how content creation has thrown the proper journalism principles and ethics out of the window. And the dignity of people is now being desecrated willy-nilly, left, right, and center. This madness must stop. Hence, I arrested her. Like I said, she doesn't know kutichicha kanganisa, but that's not my problem because ignorance is not defense and I'm not responsible for her stupidity. Most probably, she doesn't have any journalism training, and in masquerading as a journalist, she is inflicting untold harm to the principles and integrity of this noble profession. People think that you can go batter Mike or tower than someone else for a journalist. No. You are not. Even though punishing is need the training for you to know that it's wrong. You should just know that something is wrong. You should just know it. After spending the night in my cells, Stella, you are going to learn the golden rule in journalism regarding rape victims. You do not name rape victims. You don't name rape victims. But she's why I arrest Stella Muusha. She brought us the story of Bobby Makaza. You remember the guy was released under the presidential amnesty and sent the internet rocking by telling us that after 4 years into a 16-year prison sentence for rape, the biggest lesson he got was kuti tanzi tiende kumba.
Ndekupi
kwa mrewa
mangamane makore mangani muri mukati
4 years
mhosva yamangamaisirwa mukati ndeyei
nderepi
manzidzei kugara kwamaita mukati
hanzi tiende kumba.
The family of the victim are demanding that he be sent back to prison. And Stella picked up the story, and in what she deludes herself to be a trailblazing investigation, she interviews the parents of the 10-year-old victim. Stella, these are the dumb and stupid kind who take things literally. Kunzibika mbambaira odya nemwana akubika zvese mbambaira nemwana. Kana once you can't name a victim azvipereri pakusataura zita rake chete. You cannot say, do, or insinuate anything that gives away the victim's identity. Of course, she might not have named the victim directly, but by interviewing the parents of the 10-year-old girl, she has exposed her identity. She's interviewing both parents, showing their faces, their homestead, their dogs, and their chickens, and even this little guy, he's probably a sibling. And she doesn't even see anything wrong. She does not see anything wrong in so doing. Those who did not know the victim, they now know her through her parents, or even through the dog, or through Kanjons, isn't it? Kupusa ere kana kupusa ziwa na himi. But whatever it is, you are spending the night in my cells. Then, vamu wako vese production team yako, vanasimbara shemvududu, tatenda dembedza, kutozvipa fancy title kana hanzi drone pilot. Vese vanatawanda nyakudya, Gracious Guri, Tatenda Madzingo, Erika Jecha na Jillian Gondo. Vovaudza kuti be careful, be very careful. If any one of them sees me, they must run. You must run if you see me. Izo chitanga wana president wedu.
Hey, iyo Mucheka.
Aiwa hayo chef Manyanya controller. Kana mchindzinga basa so be it. Kana mchindzinga basa ndidzingai. This needs to be said. It needs to be said. Ingani is not the constitution allows for freedom of speech. Saka freedom of speech yachiri pakudika nachingorira mangoti saka chimbosiyana inini nditaure naika hlala khonapo je kusithulera akuhlale khonapo sithulera it needs to be said. Inyika rudziye kuti unenge tingomubunyikidzwa kuti chakata achitaura. Why shouldn't it be said? Why? Tell me why. Kana uchindidzinga basa ndidzinge nasi tidzinge tambo respect asterek. Nyari haudi kurespect waita sei. Nyara chivogara pavane zidumbu rako iroro. Sorry guys. So sorry for that outburst. But it's not bore, man. It's not bore. Zvichitangana president wedu, I'm going to say it, and I'll say it today. Zvichitangana president wedu akaita so irresponsible amnesty yake. Qualification for release should have been stricter. Pane dzimwe mhosva dzisikatomboneedhe kuti munhu anzwe tsitsi. And rape is one of those. Never mind raping a minor. Rapists should never be released before the end of their sentences. The fact that someone is jailed for 16 years shows the severity of the offense, and why would he be released after only 4 years? If you really need to decongest prisons, there are a lot of prisoners serving short sentences for less serious offenses that do not inflict lifetime harm to the victim. People like Job Sikala and others. Bobby Makaza raped a 10-year-old girl and he was returned to live within the same vicinity with his victim. Sure, and then someone has got to tell me what I shouldn't say. There is no system in place to monitor such offenders after release. What will stop him from raping again at his in the next general elections? Another amnesty will be declared as a way of canvassing for.
Enough!